In a world that glorifies loudness, dominance, and power, there's a rare beauty that heaven treasures: gentleness. Gentleness is not weakness. It's not timidity. It is power under control. It is strength, wrapped in compassion. It is authority expressed through humility. Welcome to Blooms of Hope. Today we continue our series on the fruits of the Spirit with a message titled, Gentleness, the silent strength of the Spirit-filled life. By the end of this message, you'll understand that gentleness is not about speaking softly. It's about carrying divine authority that doesn't need to shout. Galatians 5 verses 22 to 23 says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." It doesn't mean being passive or easily pushed aside. It means having the power to crush but choosing to heal instead. That's why Jesus said in Matthew 11 verse 29, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." The King of Kings, the Lion of Judah, says, "I am gentle." If the Creator of the universe could hold power and still carry humility, then true greatness must look a lot like gentleness. Gentleness is not a personality type. It's a spiritual posture. It is not something you act. It's something you become when the Spirit lives through you. The world teaches us to dominate, to speak louder, to prove ourselves. But the Spirit teaches us to influence through calm authority, not noise but grace. Proverbs 15 verse 1 says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." That means gentleness has the power to disarm conflict. Gentleness is strength that serves rather than controls. It's Moses, mighty in miracles yet described in Numbers 12 as the meekest man on earth. It's Jesus, who could summon 12 legions of angels but chose silence before Pilate. The spirit of gentleness gives you restraint when revenge is justified, peace when pressure is mounting, and mercy when judgment is deserved. Gentleness is how power behaves when it has been touched by the love of God. Maybe you've noticed the world has grown harsh. People attack before understanding. We shout more than we listen. We scroll past people's pain yet crave compassion for ours. But imagine if the church, the body of Christ, became known again for gentleness. Imagine Christians whose presence calms chaos, whose words restore dignity, whose hearts carry mercy. That's what the early disciples carried. In Acts 4 verse 13, it says the people marveled at Peter and John because they were unlearned men. Yet there was something different about them. They had been with Jesus. To be with Jesus is to absorb his gentleness. He didn't force people to believe. He invited them. He didn't shame the broken. He lifted them. He didn't condemn the sinner. He transformed them with love. This is the silent revolution of gentleness. It turns the hearts of men without manipulation, conquers pride without violence. It carries heaven's strength in a whisper. There's something powerful about choosing gentleness when life feels unfair. It's easy to be gentle when you're treated kindly. But what about when you're misunderstood, insulted, or betrayed? That's where the true test lies. Remember Jesus before his accusers, mocked, beaten, spat upon, yet he remained gentle. Why? Because his gentleness wasn't weakness. It was mastery over himself. 2 Timothy 2 verses 24 to 25 says, "The servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient, in meekness instructing those that oppose him." Gentleness gives you power over your own spirit. Proverbs 16 verse 32 says, "He that rules his spirit is mightier than he that takes a city." When you respond in gentleness, you silence the enemy. You show that your peace is not dependent on people's behavior. It's anchored in the spirit within you. So, the next time anger tempts you or pride provokes you, remember, gentleness is your victory. It's how Jesus won the war without drawing a sword. So how can you grow in gentleness? 1. Stay close to Jesus. Gentleness flows from intimacy. The more time you spend with Him, the more His Spirit calms your impulses. John 15 verse 4. 2. Choose empathy over reaction. Before you respond, pause and ask, what is this person really going through? Gentleness listens before it speaks. 3. Pray for the grace of restraint. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not respond. Let God fight your battles. Exodus 14 verse 14. 4. Serve even when unseen. Gentleness doesn't need an audience. It's content with obedience. 5. Remember eternity. Jesus said in Matthew 5 verse 5, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." The world may overlook the gentle, but heaven never does. Gentleness is the fragrance of divine maturity. Beloved, maybe life has hardened you. Maybe you've built walls to protect yourself. Maybe you've learned to fight because being gentle felt unsafe. But hear this, the Spirit of God is not trying to make you weak. He's restoring your true strength. The strength that doesn't need to prove anything. The strength that serves. The strength that forgives. The strength that looks like Jesus. The world doesn't need more aggressive believers. It needs gentle warriors. People whose calm presence carries heaven's authority. People who restore others instead of condemning them. People who heal with words and win with love. If this message spoke to your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Blooms of Hope. And remember, true strength is not shown by how loud you roar, but by how gently you love. Join us next week as we continue this journey through the fruits of the Spirit. Until then, walk in grace and let gentleness be your witness.